Yo Dogs Hugger 1966 back again with another video. Today we're doing a 2021 NBA Eastern Conference predictions from 15 to 1. So yeah, we're gonna start 15 I think. Yeah, that makes more sense. I haven't really gone too analytical into this. Like, the only time I actually put the points on a thing is when it's like the number one. And whoever I put number one is not who I think will make the finals. So yeah, I'm going to do a West video soon, and then I'll do a playoff prediction from how I've set this out. So yeah, I don't even have this on, so I don't know why I'm going like that. So let's start with 15. The Detroit Pistons. I don't think that needed explaining. This needs explain, but they have no fucking clue what they're doing. Like, who have they brought in? They brought in Jeremy Grant. They brought in Jahlil Okafor. Who was it? It was Mason or Miles Plumlee. I don't know who it was. The only shining light they have is Killian Hayes. And, like, personally, I think he's a top 4 player in the draft. Like, you have, like, for potential. For me, you have James Wiseman. I wouldn't put LaMelo there. Actually, I can see LaMelo, so let's put him there. I can't see Anthony Edwards, because he's more focused on football. So, yeah. So we've got LaMelo, James Wiseman, you've got Killian Hayes, and then, like, there's a few, like, Denny, maybe. So, Killian Hayes is top 3 for potential, really. Tyrese Halliburton, let's say. I see a lot in him. Yeah. I don't really need to explain anything. Like, I made a whole video about it. It's not going to be in the description, but I'm going to point down because that's a basic thing for a YouTuber to do. I have tiny ass fingers. No, number 14, Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, Isaac Okoro's good. JaVale McGee's, It's just so fucking boring. Like, have they made a move since LeBron left? There's been like, oh yes, I like that. Like, no. Number 13, New York Knicks. Like, they didn't do anything wrong, but they didn't do anything right. Like, Obi Toppin, like, he's like, took him at 9. Like, yeah, he's probably like one of the best, like, currently out of that draft class. But in 5 years, he might be out of the league, or he'll just be a role player in Sacramento. Like, take Tyrese Halliburton, yeah. Don't take the guy that's 22, and you already have 14 power forwards. Right? It's weird. It's like the Pistons, they have no idea what they're doing. Like, I don't even know who the governor of, or the GM of the Knicks is. Like, and I don't want to know, because I don't want to waste my life Googling who is the owner of the Knicks, because he doesn't deserve my time. Number 12, the Hornets. I mean, drafting LaMelo, signing Gordon Hayward, that's good, but it's not going to make the playoffs this season. I could see it next season, giving LaMelo that extra year of mentorship from Gordon, who's been an all-star in Utah. He spent years with younger guys in Boston. Like, he's had Jason, he's had Jalen, he's had Marcus. Like, yeah. Number 11, the Atlanta Hawks. Just go watch the video. I don't like this team. Like, Gallo and John Collins are power forwards. You could say Onyeka's a power forward, but I'd rather call him backup centre for now with Clint Capella. Like, it's just so... Don't take Onyeka or Kungwu when it's like, you have power forwards and centres. Like, take Jalen Smith, is it? Or is he the next year guy? Jalen Green? I don't know. Let me try and find this. It's probably in here somewhere. Is it? Jalen Smith. Wait, what pick did they have? They're the 6th pick. So before that, there was... So you had LaMelo, Wiseman, Edwards, Williams, and Okoro. Was it Okoro? Yeah. And then there was still on the board Jalen Smith, Tyrese Halliburton, Killian Hayes. Like, yeah, just go for a small forward, please. But yeah, I'm just getting the notes back. Well, we were just talking about the Hawks. Number 10, the Bulls. Zach LaVine is so underrated. I was talking about this with one of my mates who's a Bulls fan yesterday. I don't know when this comes out, so the 10th of December. And we're just on 2K, yeah. And then he was watching a video just crying about how Derrick Rose got injured. And, then he was like, Zach LaVine is underrated. I was like, fair enough. And then he's like, he should be an all-star. Like, if Sabonis can be an all-star, then Zach LaVine should be. Like, who's an all-star that probably shouldn't be? Like, there's so many. Like, Brandon Ingram, Zach LaVine's better than him. Yeah, you could say Brandon Ingram's a forward, so he kind of is more necessary, because there's not too many good forwards in the league. Like, who have you got? LeBron? Yeah, fair enough. And then, DeMar DeRozan? Like, yeah. Number 9, the Magic. They're always in and around the playoffs, but all they did this year was add Cole Anthony. Like, that's really not enough. Like, the teams needs to have improved so much this year. Like, it's mental. Like, last year they were saying, this is the weaker conference. Like, they're probably going to still say that because LeBron isn't in it. Even though we've just had the repeated MVP in here. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, yes, I don't think Giannis should have won this MVP. I think LeBron should have won it. Like, but still. Like, I think, yeah, Giannis is a top 5, but he's not number 1, he's not number 2. On a good day, he's not number 3 or number 4. Like, when there's no injuries, which, yeah, you got LeBron, AD, KD, Curry. I don't know why I said Curry like that. But yeah. Number 8, the Wizards. They gave up John Wall, who's not played in about 14 years. And a protected first round pick, which is probably going to turn into 2 seconds. For Mr. Triple Double, who is ready to play hard. Because we're hard without fucking bitches. Westbrook's training 2 hours early. Like, was Westbrook ever early to training in OKC? No. Was he always late to training in OKC? Yes. But I love Westbrook. I've probably said it on a video before. Like, Flight has Curry, and I have Russ. Okay? Like, I don't support the Wizards, the Rockets, the Thunder, but I'm a Russell Westbrook fan. I don't care what happened in the playoffs. I just love the way he plays. Where are we now? Number 7, the Indiana Pacers. I feel like they're going to be in the playoffs until the end of time. Like, there's no stopping them. Unless maybe LeBron joins the Hornets and AD joins the Bulls. Which, whenever he's a free agent, which is 2024, I want to say. I don't know. Yeah, what was it? They didn't really change much, the Pacers. Like, they kept Victor Oladipo, but, like, I don't think they should have, to be honest, because they could have got some good pieces for him. Like, that isn't injury prone. I don't know why Danny Ainge said that they should trade Miles Turner and Victor Oladipo for a player who's worse than both of them. Like, well, we know. The Raptors. I mean, Pascal was, for lack of a better word, shit in the Celtics series. Like, he's regressed so hard now. That I like Pascal. I want him to succeed. But after all that Celtics series, like, Aguga and Fred VanVleet had to put him on the back. So, they've lost Marc Gasol and they've lost Serge Ibaka. So now the centers are fucking Aaron Baines and Alex Len. It's like, you just had Serge Ibaka, who is one of the most underrated centers, and Marc Gasol, who was great in Memphis for years. He was at LA for a bit. Now he's back in LA. But, like, why? Like, you could have just re-signed Serge. Like, I don't understand if you let Mark walk, because he's about 45 years old. He's 37, I want to say. I could be way off there. Alright. Number 5. The Heat. Right. They're going to fall off so hard this year. Like, they did solid in the bubble, because the bubble was made for young guys and shooters. I think Duncan Robinson will do decent again. But Tyler Herro is going to fall off. There's going to be a new rap song next year by Jack Harlow about Kentucky legend Nerlens Noel of the New York Knicks. So, yeah. I don't think they'll make the finals as well. The finals. I don't know why I was going to say conference finals then. When they made the finals. Right. Number 4. No bias here. The Boston Celtics. I don't know how there'd be bias. It's actually kind of low for the Celtics, if you ask me. I mean, JT and JB are going to improve. Pardon me. Excuse me, even. We got a better big, Tristan Thompson. Like, Daniel Tice was solid in the playoffs, but our backup, Enes Kanter's gone now. So, unless Robert Williams was going to play even better than he did in the bubble, like, yeah. Number 3. This may come as a surprise, but the Brooklyn Nets. I know. Shoot me in the head. Please don't actually. Right, sorry, I just had to read what's on the back. They're gonna do well in the regular season regardless. Because they have KD and Kyrie. I don't know what else they could do. Like, this is like the lowest you could put them. Like, unless KD gets injured. Yeah, KD was injured last year. They came 7th. Like, Kyrie isn't actually, like, as good as we make him out to be. Like, he hit a game winner in Cleveland. And he put the Brooklyn Nets, who have a good team, like Caris LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jarrett Allen, Joe Harris, Taurean Prince. Probably not the best example of that. But the other ones, like DeAndre Jordan, like, he got them to the 7th seed as the star. Like, KD is great. He would have got that team 5th, 4th. But Kyrie got them 7th. LeBron would have gotten the 1 seed. Like, Like, what did I write here? They're not going to come higher because KD and Kyrie are selfish ball handlers. And you can't do that well if you have selfish ball handlers. Like, what's the best dynasty of recent history? That's like the Dubs, yeah? Curry, yes, he's a predominant dribbler. But Klay Thompson, he's a catch-and-shoot guy. Maybe the greatest catch-and-shoot guy in recent history. I said it. I think a lot of people would agree with me. Like, what was it? He dropped 40 points or something after only touching the ball for 30 seconds. I don't know. But, like, that just shows how good of a catch and shooter he is. I wish I could shoot like that man. Like, I can't shoot when I'm not getting guarded and I've had the ball in my hand for half an hour. Right? That's why I play like Ross. Like, I don't have shooting ability. I can just dribble well. Alright. Number 2. There's a name you've not heard yet, which you're probably surprised for. It's the Philadelphia 76ers. Don't ask why I put them too high, but actually please do ask because I've written stuff down. So, I'm going to say a comment in a minute. You better not laugh. Them bringing in Seth Curry and Danny Green is a good thing because they're both good shooters. Yes, Danny Green was not a good shooter in LA, but go back to the season before in Toronto and his consistent shooting in San Antonio. That was good. It's like, in the playoffs, he was just so bad at shooting because, like, he's had one bad night and then everyone's like, you're trash, dude, you're bricking it, oh my god. It's like, he's a good shooter. I mean, Daryl Morey has turned around that team. Yeah. They're just building around Ben Simmons now. Because if I had to build a team around anyone in that Sixers team, it'd be Ben Simmons because Joel is more injury prone. You trade him for a good shooter. Like, who's a good shooter that you could probably get for Joel and some picks, maybe? You could maybe do a small trade and get Joe Harris. And you could maybe play Ben Simmons at the 4. Keep Joel. Or trade Joel for Cat. That'd be kind of good. Anyway, the number 1 you're kind of expecting is the Milwaukee Bucks. Right? Yeah, that's right. So, they were amazing last year. In the regular season, because Coach Budenholzer is not a playoff coach. He's a regular season coach. I mean, Giannis is a regular season player as well. Like, he got to the Eastern Conference Finals the year before, and then ultimately, I can't speak now, and then ultimately lost to the Raptors, who went on to win it. Did I say 2018 or 19? I don't remember. So, I mean, they've added Drew Holiday, and he dropped 19 points, 2 steals, and